Hey, what's up everyone? This is Ill Factor. Now, IK Multimedia has just recently announced SampleTank 4, and I've been using SampleTank in my productions for quite some time now. So when they told me if I'd like to take it for a spin, I was excited to see all the new features and the complete new designs that they had for SampleTank 4. So I'm going to walk you through some of those features in this video. Let's dive right in. Now, SampleTank 4 has been completely redesigned from the bottom up. As you can see, we're introduced with a brand new user interface that makes it easier to navigate for the sounds you're looking for and hitting the ground running with your creative process. So here we're introduced to the part window, which makes it easier to layer multiple sounds together and adjust them at a glance. So these individual parts, you can also treat them as layers. So here, let's go ahead and load an instrument. We click that and it takes us immediately to our browser window, in which you can go ahead and browse through any of the libraries that you might have installed and break them down into specific categories, even filter them out for music genres or style or timbre, and then choose a sound. Once you double click it, it loads it directly onto that part. And you could do this multiple times to layer to create one unique individual sound. So I'll repeat the same process here. I'll go to part 2, load an instrument, and then this time I'll choose a different type of bass sound. So now we have 2 different basses, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the MIDI channel is set to both 1 for each layer. That way, when I trigger this channel, the sound will trigger both of these individual layers. And now in this window, we can transpose each individual layer. So let's say I want the top bass to be at an octave higher. Well, I'll click and drag this up to 12 semitones. You can also solo or mute so you can hear the individual channel by themselves. You can use the player to trigger any loops that might be on that individual channel, and then you can go ahead, pan, and adjust the level to get the balance just right of all your different layers. Even though it has a new design, there's still some things very familiar from previous versions of SampleTank, such as in the bottom right hand corner, you can go ahead and access the macros that allow you to control macros that are already assigned for that specific part, as well as see the effects that have been added to that part or layer. You have your keyboard roll, and then you have your drum pads. This is where you can assign a specific part to a key or a drum pad. This is really helpful if you assign, let's say, some kick samples that are on part 1. Well, you can have them loaded here, and then some snare samples or claps or hi-hats. Individual samples can be assigned right in this section here, and you can have them triggered with a drum pad or your MIDI device.